We just got some good news when Rockstar Games can potentially break their silence and give us a release date or possibly screenshots or even trailer 2 for that matter for GTA 6. We'll be diving into all that today in this video and how they're still going to be using D11 for the graphics to make the graphics even look a lot more spectacular, and just gonna be a great time to talk about all this new information. So if you enjoy videos like this on the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily awesome videos like this. Now, we heard from Insider Tezphones 2 on the GTA forum site, who had to reply back to Spider-Vice saying it would be great if they used the D11 bug port again. And they also went on to say that this could be the potential release date of when Rockstar Games can break their silence due with the Take-Two Interactive earnings call, not to mention they can also just throw it out there with other updates that they're working on. So this is what he had to go on to say. So this is what it went on to say. Tezphones, you got a reply to others. Yes, I know that it would get some info, but for some reason I want to get it on time. Tezphones 2 goes on to say, your best bet is to rely on @Spider-Vice. I don't know if a special notification can be configured, but you will definitely see a big announcement above with GTA 6 included. And Spider-Vice also had to say, yeah, there will be all sorts of activity here in the big announcement at the top if something happens, but there's no easy way to notify you specifically about that. And online, if they confirm, they will give GTA 6 online. So that is actually some good news right there. It's possible we can still get one this week, not to mention even in their Take-Two Interactive earnings call, because I think technically this is probably the last earnings call after the GTA 6 news, which they would give us. So technically Rockstar Games usually have frequent Take-Two Interactive earnings calls, but this is the last one before we hear about GTA 6. So this would be the perfect time for Rockstar Games to announce something huge at this Take-Two Interactive earnings call, or even a trailer, or even information about screenshots of the game. And actually, with agreeing with Tezphones 2, as Rockstar Games, once that notification pops up, a lot of fans are going to be freaking out. And he also talked about them also posting on X and YouTube at the same time, as that's going to be the possibility here. So that's awesome news. That's kind of a good idea of when we can expect the announcement. So between that 1 week period and that May, that is most likely when Rockstar Games will break their silence. If not that, they will actually talk about it at the Take-Two Interactive earnings call, because remember, this is the last one we will hear about before the game arrives. It's coming in fall 2025. Unless there is a major delay, hopefully, I hope not, because we don't want a delay, but it's a really good to know this information that we can still have our hopes up for Rockstar Games to break their silence soon, because like I said, the Take-Two Interactive earnings call, this is one more before they announce it. So hopefully Rockstar Games talks about GTA 6, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be asking, what exactly do you think they would talk about? Well, they would first ask about GTA 6 and talk about if it's delayed, if they're going to do a major delay, and then Strauss Zelnick is probably going to talk about trailer 2, when that's going to be released, and because they have no other time to talk about this. I mean, they really are closing in on the deadline here, so most likely that's when we're going to hear our best news for the announcement. So even if RDR2 was cheaper, it would not be the amount of players you would be comparing to GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition, instead which combined as classics is much more known than Red Dead. Now if those games have had more properly handled in price, we could have seen some more interesting numbers out of them, if they had handled it better. And they also went on to say RDR sold more copies than both Oblivion and Mafia back in the day. The Mafia remake, priced at $10 less than RDR port, had more players to launch than both the Trilogy Definitive Edition and the RDR port, both under the same parent company. Did Take-Two price it to $10 more due to how popular the franchise is? How Rockstar handled the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition shaped their approach to RDR, and they also had a plan to remastered, which that would expect the exclusives when they make remasters as a hot topic in the industry if they had handled it better. We would have ended up with, as said, a classic remaster remake and RDR remastered that could have attracted more players and would have made more sense to be the price and the same as Oblivion Remaster. So I think that's a really cool idea. If they did like a remastered RDR, that would be so cool. But if they did, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, Dalton, this isn't GTA 6 topic. Well, I wanted to add this in here because this is actually one of the things that actually saved GTA 6 from going into 2026 or even having a major delay. If they were working on a remastered version for Red Dead Redemption, they're definitely not going to be able to get GTA 6 out on time because that's going to take a little bit of work to work on an older game, or maybe even if they expanded it and did a remastered for RDR2. That would take some time because that game was amazing and it was a masterpiece. So that's one thing that I wanted to mention in this video, that is saving GTA 6 right here. Otherwise, we would have a major delay, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants GTA 6 going into 2026 or 2027 because that would be a long time to wait. So that's why I added it and included this in this video. So this is what he had to go on to say to reply back to another person named Nightman. I really hope Rockstar and Take-Two continue to work with D11 going forward, perhaps even providing them a larger budget and a longer development cycle to work with the future releases. Can be a bit larger in the scope, but of course it's a shame if the potential GTA 4 remasters skip PC and Xbox for enhance. Imagine if it fixed the final mission bug, was only officially available on PlayStation and Switch. And Tes12 goes on to say, assuming Rockstar and Take-Two wants to eventually do Max Payne 3 port, release alongside the Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes, and assuming D11 is working on GTA 6 port, then I think the schedule is already in tight. Remedy, as the analyst, expects that MP remakes as its first half of 2026. So at least Rockstar Games are still going with the D11 port, which is actually great news. That's one thing that I was kind of hoping Rockstar Games would stick to, that they work on D11 port, which is going to make the game run a little bit smoothly and make it run. I mean, you guys seen the graphics in the trailer. I mean, that came from that port. So obviously they had to take some time on GTA 6 to get it looking like that, because can you imagine if Rockstar Games actually rushed this, and imagine just how bad the graphics would have looked afterwards? I prefer Rockstar Games to take their time and make the game a masterpiece and seek perfection, as they had said in previous times. Strauss Zelnick confirmed that he wanted to seek perfection, and this is kind of why they're not very open with fans right now. But it would be nice to see the old Rockstar back and actually communicate with their fans when they're actually working on something like they've done in the past, that's for sure. So it looks like we have to wait just a little bit longer to get any more GTA 6 news from Rockstar, but we did get kind of a good specific release date when to expect it, so most likely you're going to see either this week when Rockstar Games break their silence, next week I say, and then, or you could have it through the Take-Two Interactive earnings call, which would be coming up that week as well. I feel like they're probably going to talk about it with their Take-Two Interactive earnings call because they have a lot to dive into and they have so many questions. The community has so many questions of what's going to happen next. Now, at this Take-Two Interactive earnings call, if we do get a huge update from Rockstar about Grand Theft Auto 6, we're going to hear either there's a delay, otherwise there's going to be, they're going to say that it's still on track, and we have screenshots and trailers coming soon. So those are the two possibilities that we can hear from that Take-Two Interactive earnings call, and hopefully it is some good news and not a delay. Let's pray that that is the case. Otherwise, we can hear it from sometimes that week as well, and then in the Take-Two Interactive earnings call, they'll talk really about what they released, like the trailer, you know, dive into that, talking about what they're excited for, that sort of thing. So we have a lot to look forward to in the weeks coming. Just be aware that be on GTA 6 watch, because this is happening sooner rather than later. But anyway, guys, that is all the information I got for you guys on this video today. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily awesome videos, such as GTA 6, Rockstar videos, and all the upcoming videos that I'll be doing on my channel. Subscribe for more of those. Like I said, guys, stay happy, healthy, and well, and I'll see you guys all later on the next video.